Welcome to the Sisterhood of Sweat. It's Let It Rip Friday.
Hi, I'm Linda Mitchell, 54-year-old elite obstacle racer, award-winning fitness competitor, gym owner, and author. Welcome to the Sisterhood of Sweat podcast, where we will approach the difficult topics of life, interview inspiring guests, and bring empowerment to all. This community is a place where we can be who we are instead of who others want us to be. Let's get started.
And now, a word from our sponsors, Essential Formulas.
Now more than ever, it is important to have a healthy immune system. Many health professionals agree that probiotics are a leading natural therapy for boosting immune health. Why? Because 70% of your body's immune cells reside in the GI tract. By taking a superior probiotic daily, like Dr. Ohhira's probiotics, with their postbiotic metabolites, you can enhance your overall immune system and immune response. For additional immune support, get RegActive's Immune Formula to boost your glutathione levels, since our glutathione levels go down if we feel stressed. Maintaining glutathione levels is a key factor for natural defense. For a short-term immune boost, try Dr. Ohhira's Propolis Plus, which provides probiotic and immune support and includes Brazilian green propolis for superior antioxidant support and vitamin E, astaxanthin, and flax oil. Be proactive about your immune health. Ask your retailer today about Dr. Ohhira's probiotics, RegActive Immune Formula, and Dr. Ohhira's Propolis Plus today.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to another edition of Fitness Sisters. I am here today with Kate McKay of Survive to Thrive, Kelly Tyan of Addicted to the Climb, and these are all podcasts, and I am the Sisterhood of Sweat. And we are here to talk today about several things. We're going to talk about eating, emotional eating, when we're going to the refrigerator and we just stand there and look, but we really weren't hungry, but we just feel like we need something. If that relates, make sure you're tuning in. And we're also going to talk about sleep. And Kate, take it away.
Yeah, so I'm super excited to be here. I got a ton going on. I'm most happy about Claim Your Inner Warrior, my book that's coming out next week. It's geared especially to men and the women who love them, and I'm really excited about that. So thank you so much for your support on that. My sisters also authors, so if you could share your books too, that'll be awesome.
Yes, that's exciting. Well, I'll share mine. Mine is right behind me. It is called Addicted to the Climb. And this is to help, I cater towards women. I've been coaching women since 2008 in their health and fitness and wellness. But this book is 30 personal stories that I wrote to help you stay on the climb in your faith, in your mindset, in your health and fitness. So it's all about the climb that, life is a climb. We have to keep going. We have to keep moving. And if we stop, we're going backwards. So this is just to inspire you and encourage you to just keep on climbing. So it's on Amazon if you want to check it out.
And I have the Sisterhood of Sweat, and I also have the Sweat Project on Amazon. And this is just about building each other up. And I'm all about sweat. We are the Fitness Sisters. So you're going to put in the sweat equity for whatever you want in the gym and in life.
Oh, that was good. That was good. Well, let's jump into.
There was a moment of silence.
Yeah, that was so good. It is sweat equity. Wow, I like that. But we were taught before we pressed record, we happened to just touch on, we were asking each other, how do we sleep? And a lot of us over 40, over 50, perimenopause into menopause, women especially, because we only know each other. We talk about sleep a lot and women struggle with it. But Linda, you were saying that you take a sleep supplement right now. And how's that working for you?
It's amazing. It was a game changer because when I hit menopause, I wasn't sleeping good. And I go a million miles an hour all day long. So without sleep, then my body was kind of breaking down. So I take Well Rested by Meno Labs, and it has everything in it to help me get to sleep and stay asleep. And that's what people have a problem. They either have a problem getting to sleep or staying asleep, and sometimes both. And I think it's it doesn't make you groggy. It's like all natural. There's no shame in supplementation if you're lacking something, and sleep is so important. I mean, they've done sleep studies where they did middle-aged women, and over a period of time, if you're only getting like 6 hours of sleep or less, your weight gain was a lot higher. I mean, it was like 10, 15 pounds per year. And if you are getting 7 hours or more, you're golden. So that's the point. Don't try not to get less than 7.
It's weight gain, but it's also cognitive function, which is a huge part of brain fog, right? So we just look at the neurobiology. It's like, if you don't sleep enough, it's like you've drunk like a bottle of wine, it really does affect your cognitive ability in that level, right? You're just like, why do I have brain fog? Right. And the most important thing there is just to make sure you're hydrated and get the sleep, because because I launched the book, I've got a lot in my head, and usually I'm a master of sleep, but there comes times where I don't sleep as good. And that's just because I'm so excited about life. But I also build in rest time during the day, and, meditation, 15 to 20 minutes of putting on my meditation app is enough for like a couple hours sleep. Really, they say it really resets the brain. So meditation during the day is key for me when I'm really only getting at night lately, like 6 to 7 this last week or two. So super key.
It is. Sleep is so important. And you did touch upon the only thing I want to say is, you said it's like drinking a bottle of wine, but I want to make sure you guys know we are the Fit Sisters, and we talk about alcohol a lot because people always ask us, can I drink on my program? Can I drink even though I'm working out? Will I get the results? Well, it does affect your sleep, and it does affect your weight, and it can really mess things up. So you guys know, if you have like a couple of glasses of wine, sometimes it wakes you up in the night, right?
Totally.
I mean, we've all been there. It's the worst. So mind your alcohol if you're trying to
I bring that up because, alcohol does affect your cognitive function. So if the next day you're not feeling good, it could be maybe because you also drank a little bit, but if you don't get enough sleep, it has the same effect as the damage that alcohol does on your cognitive brain. We're talking 1 or 2 glasses maybe, but the thing is that most people, when they open a bottle of wine, drink a bottle of wine. It's just the truth. It's absolute truth. So that's a big deal. And also, just your body doesn't metabolize alcohol real well. It actually prevents you from building muscle mass and prevents optimal organ function. Just something to be aware of in the society where everyone parties. I'm in Florida. Everyone parties. And there's a reason why so many people's sleep is affected. Alcohol definitely disrupts it for sure.
She says as she hides her glass of wine over there.
Yeah, wait, don't look. Yeah, right on. No, I partake for sure, but
you don't know what's in here.
I know you don't know what's in here either.
This is a mega pint. No, I'm just kidding.
No, it's all good. You gotta find that balance that works for you. And if you're not getting results in your health life and you're frustrated, well, you gotta think about and be aware. What am I doing? Can I cut back on something? Maybe it's alcohol. So anyways, we were also going to jump into emotional eating, because alcohol could be something you do when you're emotional as well. And it just leads us into emotional eating. And Linda, do you want to start with that? Because you brought it up first, and I want to hear what you want to contribute about that.
So, well, since you were talking about sleep, it kind of does connect. So when you're already kind of sleep deprived, the first thing you're going to do when you're tired is you're going to start reaching for food. And you're a lot you're how we get uninhibited when we're uninhibited when we're drinking, right? It's the same with not having the sleep. It actually, if you were driving, you could be pulled over and they might think you're drunk when you've had a lack of sleep. So it's going to give you the same type of thing where you start reaching for food and you start eating it, and you really might not need to be eating, but you're compensating for lack of sleep. Or when you're drinking, sometimes you eat things you wouldn't normally because your defenses are down. So getting into the emotional aspect of it, when I'm not setting myself up to win with good sleep habits, it's going to be a lot easier for me then to be eating emotionally, because I didn't set myself up to be strong with my sleep. And when you're, when you're weakened, when you, like, let's say you have something happen in your life and you have stress, sleep is the first thing to conquer that stress. It's the first thing that helps you with stress. So I didn't get my sleep, let's say, and now I don't have that, and I'm emotional and I'm stressed out. The very first thing I'm going to do is start reaching for snacks, for food, for maybe the first available item. And I might start just stress eating. And when you're doing that, which is emotional, like your defenses are down, so your emotions are high, you start eating everything. You go to the refrigerator, you're eating things aren't on plan. You get mad at yourself. You're like, why am I doing this? And so what you should first do is ask yourself a question. Am I hungry or am I tired? Am I hungry or am I thirsty?
Or I would say also too, it's like, am I stressed? Am I sad? Am I right? I mean, there's absolutely the biological piece, but the other piece of it is, how are you emotionally? Right? Emotional eating.
Am I eating because I'm emotional?
Yeah, you're eating because you're sad, you're depressed, you're stressed, you got rejected. You saw something on social media that bummed you out, that you don't have this life or that life. It's like we are driven in a culture of judging ourselves. 2,365 times is the number of times the average person touches their phone. So every time you're touching your phone, you're making a judgment. Do I want to like that person's picture? They post a lot. I don't think I'm going to like that. Like, you have to make these micro decisions. It causes extraordinary stress on our human condition. Mm-hmm. So pay attention to that too. Absolutely. Like, are you hungry? Are you tired? Are you thirsty? Are you emotionally upset? Like, what's triggering that? Because emotional eating often happens. It's fundamental to some core belief system that could have literally happened when you were 5 years old and your grandfather called you fat, or, something like literally that, like, oh my gosh, in my coaching, things like this happen.
Yeah, they do.
High-performing people oftentimes don't even realize that they're not, and these are people that are high functioning, but to realize that they're keeping themselves small because they were never good enough, or someone told them something. It's not even their voice. It's this voice from their past. This person could be dead and they're still rewinding and replaying that voice. Super key.
Do I really need this right now? Right. Or is there something else that I need? And looking into the real, like, asking yourself questions is the first place to start. Do I need to eat this right now? Or is there something I could have instead? Mm-hmm. Like, could I have an apple instead? Or could I go for a walk? Or could I connect with somebody because I feel lonely today?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All of these things, really diving into what is it I really need, and how could I give that to myself other than reaching for food?
Right. And I was talking to my clients about this exact topic this week on our Zoom call we had. And what I told them was, when you're emotional and you're sad or depressed or anxious and you're going through all that mentally, I want you to think about reversing. Don't go to the junk food, because you're already emotional and you're going through something. Why wouldn't you want to fuel your body and choose good things so your physical body doesn't suffer as well as your mental? You know what I mean? Like, we tend to add the flame, to the fire when we're feeling bad already. Then we go to the ice cream and we eat a whole tub because it's going to make us feel better in that moment, but it's adding fuel to that fire in a negative way, because then we're going to feel more guilty, more shameful. Oh, I ate that tub of ice cream last night. I'm already depressed. Like, try thinking about what you're reaching for, and try something that's going to bring you nutrition in your physical body until you get better in your mental body. Does that make sense?
Yeah, totally. And I also think this is the bottom line, is that life is heavy. Yeah. So, like, when you see yourself getting up and you're going, oh, I'm going to go eat the ice cream in the fridge, it's just like, oh my God, there I go again. laugh at yourself, like find humor in it. Stop beating yourself up. Right. It's like, and I oftentimes will talk to myself in the third person. The studies have shown if we talk to ourselves in the third person, we tend to be a little bit more gentle with ourselves. So it's like, Katie, really? Another handful of chocolate chips? Yeah. All right. So I laugh at myself, and I end up walking around my house kind of laughing to myself, going, oh my gosh, Katie, it's like you have to find humor, cut yourself some slack. Yeah. People are so overwrought with self-abuse and self-languaging that is so disempowering, including me, including Kelly, including Linda, because we're human. Right. There is no sense that I am any different, that I do the same things. Mm-hmm. The bottom line is what we're talking about is coming up with strategies to disrupt patterning. Right. To disrupt it so that we can slowly carve away, sometimes quickly, you guys, sometimes slowly carve away at core beliefs that are just plain not true, that are just plain not serving your highest best, and the reason why you came into this world. And for me, I just want to say you're worthy of a higher level of self-care. And, just find the joy in your silliness, because sometimes these things, sometimes the number one way to disrupt crazy patterns is to find humor in it, because, if we can't laugh at ourselves, what do we have? Right.
I love it. Find humor. I love it.
Well, and then the strategy is key, because you have to look at, how I'm sabotaging myself. And when is this happening? Instead of like beating yourself up, like what Kate said, or feeling like you failed, it's more about finding that strategy of, when my husband sits down and he starts snacking, it's like, I want to snack with him. And he's eating chocolate covered peanuts and ice cream and chips or whatever. And so, that's my downfall. That's where I'm falling off. What could my strategy be every night when we're sitting down to watch our show that could help me during this time? What would be the best thing for me to do? What kind of snack could I have that, because I want to snack because he's snacking, right? That's going to satisfy me. And then just set yourself up to win with good habits versus every time you're not prepared because you did not use a strategy.
I love that, because I struggled with that for so long, because my husband snacks. I mean, hey, let's just put it on the table. He snacks. He does the Ben and Jerry's, anything. I sit there and I'm like, are you serious? But it's funny, because I used to jump in with him so much until I finally made my own decision that that's not, I don't want to wake up in the morning feeling heavy and my stomach hurts and all that stuff. So yes, I do it on sometimes, but I'd say 80% of the time now I've learned over the years to try something different, make a cup of tea. That's what my go-to is when I'm really fighting against myself. I'm like, Kelly, like Kate said, I say it out loud. I'm sometimes like, Kelly, go grab a cup of tea while he's eating the Ben and Jerry's, because I don't want to feel like him tomorrow. I want to feel better. So it's all about making that one little decision, and then maybe the next night making that next decision. Even if you're an emotional eater, going back to that, when you break it that first time, it's amazing if you do it again, and then you'll find that you're not snacking as much, or your willpower kicks in because you remember feeling good after you had the tea at night, right? It's all a matter of your decisions and creating those new patterns, disrupting the old patterns and creating something new. That's what it really comes down to.
Yeah, like incorporating like a snack that's kind of good, right?
Yeah.
And the thing is that I would say that like it honestly, I'm listening to this and I'm like, they're probably thinking we're talking about deprivation. And listen, I'm not at all, because when I tell you about eating the handfuls of chocolate chips, that's what I did like a little while ago. And I'm like, I'm fine with it, because you know what? I put it in a little cup and I love it. I'm fine. Like, I am no purist at all. When I'm off show prep, I enjoy my life. I like to eat things that probably you two don't eat, because I eat candy. And but the one thing that I'm good at, that I have mastery in, is moderation. Yes. Like, I don't necessarily binge, but I will say, if there's something in the house, I'll eat it till it's gone. maybe over 3 days. I'm not going to eat it in one serving, but I will eat it. Tortilla chips, I will eat them until they're gone.
Yes.
Chocolate, I will eat it until it's gone. Ice cream, I'm not saying all in one sitting, but know your triggers. Know the things that, maybe some of it's the stuff that's your kids or your husband. I'm single. I live by myself. I'm empty nested, so I can sort of control my environment a little bit more.
Yes,
but
you can.
Know your triggers and buy things for your family that you don't like. And they like I hate like gummies. Like my kids loved gummies. So we could have gummies in the house and I'd be like, gross, right?
I love that.
I love there are certain things that they like that I didn't work out perfect because then I never had to worry that I was going to eat those,
Right.
So I just
find oh my gosh, it's so funny that you just said that about buying something that they like that you don't like, and then it can be the opposite, because my snack was blueberries and coconut whipped cream with the coconut milk, skinny coconut whipped cream, which was only 25 calories for 2 tablespoons, and it satisfied me just to have a little whipped cream on my blueberries. But my husband is eating it like it's going out of style, so I told him the other day, I have to find a snack that's healthy that you don't like.
Yes, because you're eating it all.
He's eating all your goods.
I'm like, you're eating the chocolate and you're eating my healthy snack.
I know. Wait a minute. That's not working out in my favor. So if you guys have any questions or if you find this of value, please, reach out to us. I'm Kate McKay. I'm a high performance coach. I help people A-game by getting greater clarity and living a life of sustained fulfillment and productivity. And really, it's about sustained and consistent quality of life. It doesn't matter if you're a CEO, a mom, we all want a greater level of fulfillment and productivity. And that's the name of the game for me. You can reach out to me at kate-mckay.com. Obviously, fitness is a part of it because it is a big part of my life, but I'd be happy to serve you in any way I can in this place.
I love it. And my name is Kelly Tyan. I help women just stay on the climb in their health and their fitness and their mindset. I work with women through different programs with their food, but not dieting. We're not dieting what I do. I just help you learn to love fueling your body the way God created it to be, with throwing in and sprinkling in the junk every now and again, because we're living life and it has to be balanced. But I am an author. And I have a podcast, as you know, Addicted to the Climb. You can find me on Facebook or Instagram at Kelly Tyan. So thanks, guys, for tuning in. Linda.
I'm Linda Mitchell, and I am the owner of the Sisterhood of Sweat. I'm a transformation specialist, and I help women get into the best shape of their lives inside and out. And my podcast is Sisterhood of Sweat. And my books are the same, Sisterhood of Sweat on Amazon. And you can get me at sisterhoodofsweat.com.
Right on. So thank you so much for joining us. I am looking forward to seeing you all again in 2 weeks at 2 p.m. Eastern time.
Yes.
Thanks again and have an incredible weekend.
Thanks, guys. Have a great weekend.
Bye, everyone.
And I hope that all of our listeners have enjoyed this podcast. And if you guys have really enjoyed this, please review us in iTunes and also share this episode with your friends and your loved ones. Thanks again for listening to the Sisterhood of Sweat.